History whispers of secret societies, hidden agendas, and powerful figures operating in the shadows. These are not mere myths, they are glimpses into the world of shadow networks. These networks, shrouded in secrecy, exert influence on a global scale. Their motives can be complex, their actions subtle, their impact profound. Understanding these networks is crucial to understanding the forces that shape our world. What motivates them? How do they operate, and what are the ethical implications of their actions? This is a journey into the heart of these questions, a quest to unveil the invisible and shed light on the wealth of shadows. The concept of shadow networks is not new. History is replete with examples of secret societies and clandestine organizations wielding significant power. From the ancient Chinese secret societies to the medieval guilds and brotherhoods, these groups have long operated behind the scenes. Their methods and motives have varied. Some sought to preserve knowledge, others aimed to amass wealth or influence. Their impact, however, has been undeniable. These historical examples serve as a stark reminder. The desire for power and secrecy is not a modern phenomenon. It is an enduring aspect of the human condition. Shadow networks are not monolithic. They exist in various forms, each with its own structure, purpose, and reach. Some operate in the criminal underworld, engaging in illicit activities like trafficking and money laundering. Others function within the bounds of legality, but their influence is no less significant. Think tanks, lobbying groups, and even social clubs can act as shadow networks. They shape public opinion, influence policy, and advance specific agendas. Understanding the diverse nature of these networks is essential. It allows us to recognize their presence and impact in various aspects of our lives. The influence of shadow networks extends to the very fabric of our societies, particularly in the realms of economics and politics. They control vast financial resources, manipulating markets and influencing global trade. Their involvement in political systems is equally pervasive. They fund campaigns, lobby for favorable legislation, and even influence electoral outcomes. This covert influence can undermine democratic processes and erode public trust. The interconnected nature of the global economy and political landscape means that the actions of these networks have far-reaching consequences. Hidden from public view, a vast shadow marketplace thrives. This illicit network facilitates the trade of illegal goods, services, and information. Weapons, drugs, counterfeit goods, and even human beings are traded under a veil of secrecy. This clandestine market operates on trust and reputation. Its participants rely on established networks and intricate communication channels to conduct their business. The shadow marketplace represents a significant challenge to law enforcement and poses a serious threat to global security. The world of politics is no stranger to the influence of shadow networks. Lobbying groups, think tanks, and political action committees often operate with hidden agendas. They exert pressure on policymakers, shape public opinion, and influence the legislative process. These networks are adept at manipulating information and using their resources to further their interests. While not all lobbying or advocacy is inherently harmful, the lack of transparency surrounding many of these networks raises concerns about undue influence and the erosion of democratic principles. The very nature of shadow networks breeds a culture of secrecy and a lack of accountability. Their operations are often shrouded in layers of obfuscation, making it difficult to trace their actions and motives. This lack of transparency creates an environment ripe for corruption and abuse of power. When individuals or organizations operate without scrutiny, the potential for wrongdoing increases exponentially. The price of secrecy is high. It undermines trust, erodes accountability, and creates an uneven playing field where the powerful can act with impunity. The ethical implications of shadow networks are complex and multifaceted. While some argue that these networks can serve as a force for good, promoting social change or protecting vulnerable populations, others contend that their methods are inherently undemocratic and prone to abuse. The line between right and wrong becomes blurred when operating in the shadows. The ends rarely justify the means when secrecy and deception are the tools of choice. The moral complexities surrounding these networks require careful consideration. It forces us to grapple with fundamental questions about power, accountability, and the nature of a just society. The digital age has ushered in a new era for shadow networks. These networks, often hidden from the public eye, operate in the dark corners of the internet, exploiting the anonymity and vast reach that the digital world provides. They are not bound by geographical limitations, allowing them to connect and collaborate across borders with ease. This new era has seen the rise of sophisticated cybercriminals, hacktivists, and other clandestine groups who leverage technology to further their agendas. The internet, with its anonymity and global reach, provides a fertile ground for these groups to thrive. They can communicate in encrypted channels, making it difficult for authorities to track their activities. These shadow networks can orchestrate complex operations, from cyber attacks on critical infrastructure to large-scale disinformation campaigns aimed at destabilizing societies. The dark web, a hidden part of the internet, serves as a marketplace for illegal goods and services, further fueling the growth of these networks. Cybercrime, online disinformation campaigns, and the rise of the dark web are all testaments to the evolving nature of shadow networks in the 21st century. Cybercriminals use advanced techniques to breach security systems, steal sensitive data, and demand ransoms. Disinformation campaigns, often state-sponsored, aim to manipulate public opinion and interfere in democratic processes. The dark web provides a platform for the sale of everything from illegal drugs to stolen data, creating a thriving underground economy. The digital realm offers both unprecedented opportunities and significant challenges. On one hand, it has democratized information, allowing people to connect and share ideas like never before. On the other hand, it has also created new vulnerabilities that can be exploited by malicious actors. The same tools that enable positive social change can also be used to spread misinformation, commit fraud, and conduct cyber espionage. The challenge lies in balancing the benefits of digital connectivity with the need for security and privacy. It enables these networks to operate with greater anonymity and reach, but it also provides new tools for investigation and exposure. Law enforcement agencies and cybersecurity experts are constantly developing new methods to track and dismantle these networks. Advanced analytics, artificial intelligence, and international cooperation are key components in the fight against cybercrime. However, the ever-evolving nature of technology means that this is a continuous battle, with shadow networks always finding new ways to evade detection. Understanding the dynamics of this digital evolution is crucial for mitigating risks and ensuring a safer and more secure online environment. This requires a multifaceted approach, involving not just technological solutions, but also education and awareness. Individuals need to be informed about the risks and take steps to protect their personal information. Organizations must invest in robust cybersecurity measures and stay vigilant against potential threats. Governments and international bodies need to collaborate on policies and regulations that address the global nature of these challenges. Only through a concerted effort can we hope to navigate the shadows of the information age and build a more secure digital future. The debate surrounding shadow networks often centers on the tension between transparency and anonymity. Proponents of transparency argue that shedding light on the activities of these networks is essential for accountability and preventing abuse. Those who defend anonymity, however, emphasize the importance of privacy and the right to dissent, particularly in contexts where free speech is restricted. Finding the right balance between these competing values is a complex challenge. It requires careful consideration of the potential harms and benefits of both transparency and anonymity in specific contexts. Shadow networks are not a passing phenomenon. They are deeply woven into the fabric of our world, and their influence is likely to persist. Understanding their history, their methods, and their impact is not about eradicating them entirely. It is about acknowledging their existence, mitigating their potential harms, and engaging in informed discussions about their role in society. The future remains unwritten, but one thing is certain: the wealth of shadows will continue to shape our world in ways both seen and unseen.